Oh shit, here we go again.
We live in the building, Backpack Gang. We got a special guest in the building today that we got an interview with.
You already know.
Who we speaking with?
You already know. My name is Valentino. Southwest. Well, I already know my credentials. Been honestly making music since I was 5 years old. Fucking grew up in the studio and I've opened up for some big names: Snoop Dogg, 2 Chainz, T.I., and then recently Phoenix Fluxin, just to name a few.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. So you said you grew up in the studio, like about what age did all this begin?
So essentially, like, my parents have always done music, so like I was kind of just like born into it. So I'm probably about, I've always been in the studio. When I was about like 4 or 5, and I was actually like able to finally speak and all that, they started getting me into music and all that, and having me record these little tracks. And like I said, so that's when I think my first song we ever recorded was called "I'm Number One." And like I said, like this is like we were young. I'm probably five. I want to say when we recorded it.
Okay.
And like I said, yeah, so it's like young kindergarten at the time still. And then my sister, it was me and her, we were a little duo at the time, and she was 7 at the time.
What were the lyrics like at that age?
So like at that age, so like for "I'm Number One," it was so like it was just about being a number one, and then that was the first song. And I just remember it was "I'm number one, I'm number one. Put your hands up, put your hands up. You got it." Yeah, and then like so I don't know. I just remember for my verse it was like running the school, because at the time you're still in school, so that's all it was. Like, I run my school, I run my elementary school essentially. And then for my sister, it was like kind of like the same theme, but of course more her was like I guess like I get more girly lyrics. Like time, and it was just really, I don't know. Thinking back about it, it's just crazy to think about, because like just the lyrics back then, it's just like I said, you're just a kid, so it's just like all innocent, it's just like it was purely about just like school and just like, and then what is it? Our second song we made was Game Boy, and that one was straight up. It was just about video games. At the time, so when I was born, it was the Nintendo DS and all that was already out. But my grandma's house, they had still all the Game Boys.
They still have
so
Game
like
Boy?
Yeah, so like me and my
that's
sister.
pretty old school, because
yeah,
I grew up and I remember having the Game Boy at one point.
Yeah, so like for like, I probably didn't get like a DS till I was like 8 or 7. So like me and my sister grew up on the Game Boy at my grandma's house. Super Mario 3, we'd always play that. And then also the GameCube. My parents still had the GameCube. I remember Super Monkey Ball, the game I grind back then. But so that song was like, it was just essentially about video games. We mentioned like Mario. Man, it's just long. I gotta think of the lyrics right now. Let's see, how did the hook go? Damn, I can't even. It's been so long. I can't even think of them. Oh man, but I just remember the one bar from my verse. It was "You old school like Atari, I'm new school like the Wii," and that was like in my verse. That was one bar I had in there, and like I said, I don't know, it's just about. And then another bar, I kind of forget it, but I just remember also mentioned like me sneaking my Game Boys to school and all that, because it's a crime and you're not supposed to take your Game Boys to school. So it's all, bad boy taking my Game Boy to school. It's all, so just like little things like that. And essentially that was our whole first album. It was called Playground Hustle, and just all the songs were essentially about that.
That's pretty cool. That's
hustling
pretty
on
neat,
the playground.
Shit, I admire that shit. You've definitely been on the grind for a long time.
Yeah.
So y'all pay attention out there, take some notes. This guy's been doing it for a while.
Oh yeah.
And I heard your music, and it sounds very clean and very good. Shit, I like the quality of it.
Hell yeah, especially my new sound. And like I said, most of my new music I've been mixing myself, just here at the studio, recording it, mixing it here. And I don't know, like I said, I just finally found my sound, like for the most part, I think, and like what I want to sound like what I want my mixes to be, and also just with my lyrics and all that. Like I found like my flows and things. Like I find, like I said, like I already like developed as an artist from like when I was.
So you don't just record as an artist, you also do like the engineering.
Yeah, the engineering here. Yeah.
Cool.
I guess later on, a couple of my older songs I probably did a year ago. like Huffin' and Puffin. We did in Denver Studio, not Denver. No, it was Denver Studios. Yeah, so it was Denver Studios. And then Casino one we did in Las Vegas. And I mean, going to like those, cause those like high dollar, expensive, fucking studios. And honestly, I think as artists, you definitely should go to those at least like once in your lifetime, just to see like the experience.
The experience, yeah,
for sure. Cause it shows you, like, even though you're not there yet at that level where you're gonna be recording like that every day.
Just to me, just to see like how.
Like where you could be and like oh damn, so this is like what my big artists are recording in. This is like.
Or the producer, like I've been to studios where the producers have worked with like big artists.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool just to know that, like, oh, cool. This guy's made hit records, beats, or work with this artist, Like,
yeah, for sure. And you're like, damn, he's about to record my mix my music. Exactly. You're like, damn, that's crazy.
That's inspiring.
So definitely as an artist, and also just to get a bunch of, like I said, especially when you're early as an artist developing, just to get a bunch of different sounds. Like, cause when you're still trying to find yourself, it's like you want to hear. Because when I was younger, I was experiencing auto-tune. I'm like, do I want to be an auto-tune artist? Ultimately, I said not to. But like, I had like a couple songs that were like a bit auto-tuney. And like I said, it's just like, really finding your sound, like going to different engineers.
Yeah,
like find it. Eventually, you're like, okay, I like that from that engineer. That was nice. I like this one from this, and then you kind of just kind of like collectively like, you're like, okay, so this is what I want my song to sound like. Yeah.
Until you find where you.
Yeah,
you want it.
And then also just music in general, like just listening to all the new music, like what is it? J. Cole's a big inspiration. Like mostly everyone on Dreamville, all the Dreamville albums are dope. But I really like their lyrics, everything's dope. But I love just listening and like really just picking for the mixing. Like I hear like the effects they put on it, and I'm like just like I'm like damn, that's a sick effect. And even like Suicide Boys is another one. Like where they're like their mixing is just like insane with like how they do their ad libs and everything. And I'm just like wow, like I want to like just like kind of like like put some of that in my music just for how epic it is.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty dope. Very talented artist that you spoke of there. But where do you plan on taking your career? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Next 10 years, I definitely see myself on Instagram. I definitely see myself at least being at 100K for sure. And then music-wise, I see myself at least being able to make a profit off of music, like more than I am. Because I'm not making a little profit, but like more, it's actually able to sustain myself, and like I don't have to work a normal job. I can finally just focus full on music, full social media.
Okay, I'm an artist.
And, yeah, exactly, and just make be able to provide for myself as an artist. Definitely want that, and also just working with some big names. Definitely want to get a couple features, like with some like bigger artists that are like out of states. Like I want to see like maybe like a 24K golden feature would be sick as fuck. I've always loved Logic. A Logic feature, that'd be dope. Just like getting there eventually, just to like do those like features with those like those big names, and like being able to like be like, damn, I did a song with them. I definitely want to be able to say I could do that in the next 10 years. And honestly, other than that, I really think those are my main 3 goals as an artist right now.
How was your childhood?
Honestly, childhood. So I've always grown up in the like the monte, the mountains, fucking.
Okay.
Like when I was young, like I don't know, 2, 3. I was born in Colorado, raised in like Bloomfield a little bit, but like I don't have much memory of that. Like when I started like actually having memory, I was already in New Mexico. We were at the mountains because my grandma and grandpa have property out there, so we were just chilling there, living there. And yeah, I just remember we went to. Like I said, all the schools I ever went to, except for like my school now, I'm going to Manzano. I feel like all my real schools have like always been small, like 100, 200 student schools, or so it's like I don't know. And then
so you're more country.
Yeah, I guess but so it's weird. So like, cause I wouldn't say I was more country. So I didn't really listen to country. Like, I grew up in the mountains.
But I mean more like a country lifestyle, like.
I guess you could say It was very essentially it's like we lived in the mountains, but we definitely spent a lot of our time in the city. But because I do remember once we got the studio when I was probably about middle school, that's when we definitely stayed in the town of Albuquerque a lot. Just because then it was like a second home, we'd sleep there, crash there. Oh cool, we got a show tomorrow, sleep there. And then I said, finally had other artists to work with and things like that. And so I would really just say, I don't know, childhood, right? Like, so I had a pretty good childhood, I wasn't like, struggle, I didn't really, we did, like why we had to move to Albuquerque in the first place is like we did get raided, but like I wasn't really like I was only 3 at the time, and so by the time I like got really memory, like all that kind of passed. But, like I do remember kind of like we're in the mountain, we're leaving. Like I said, for the first like year, our house had like electricity and like running water, but like the floors, nothing was like really built yet. So it was all a bare bone house. We had like a tiny mini fridge. That was like our fridge for like a solid 6 months. And yeah, so I don't know. It really just like, I mean, I consider that such a little bit of a struggle, but like I said, there's just like little things like that. But for the most part, I had a pretty good childhood. Parents provided for me. Like I said, my dad was part of a gang in like Southside and all that. So like my uncles and all that were like gangs, but like for the most part, all of them like already grown out of that. Of course, they still have like gang mentality. You always will, but like they weren't gang banging or anything. Like they already realized like it's nothing. So at that point, they just like So I mean, I do have a couple like I would say I'm very like streetwise just from what they taught me, but I never like was like I'm gonna use the street knowledge they told me to go on the street. So it's just like alright, cool, like it's good to have, but
you always
I'm like focus on the music right now.
From seeing that cuts you away from
essentially they kind of, and that's what definitely what kept me away from it. Was just like them being like, no, like we did it, and like you're not gonna do it because we did it. Like that's nothing good for you. And I don't know. I think it worked for the most part. Here chilling, vibing.
Well, that's good because at the end of the day, I mean, at least you're focusing on something positive. That's all that matters. There's a lot of youngsters out there that don't have that guidance or somebody who's just telling them,
exactly.
Hey, it's no good for you, but the only love they're getting is from those people, so then they may not have a
exactly, stable home or anything like that.
You know what I mean? So it goes both ways.
I know. Exactly.
But yeah, I know it's just stay safe out there, look to the streets, man. But you just gotta keep grinding, and stay focused.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I definitely went through my time where I was getting in trouble when I was young too, and I was getting some shit too, being stupid. Having a child saved my life for sure. So, you gotta, like you said, grow up. You need to get out of that mentality and just change it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that.
Exactly.
What new projects you working on, or any new releases, features? What you got cooking right now?
What I got cooking right now, so we have a bunch of music. So Wake and Bake is gonna be dropping definitely sometime next month for sure.
Wake and Bake?
Yeah, it's Wake and Bake, and it's with my homie Jaden. It's me and him, and it's just a little stoner song for waking and baking, a little chill, little chill vibe, a little chill mood. Definitely like it's a morning song, like it's not, it's not no hype. It's just a little chill. You wake up, play the song, just smoke a blunt to it. That's what you're gonna do to the song.
Smoke a blunt, eat a bowl of Cheerios, song.
Exactly. Cook up some pancakes even, fucking.
With a couple baddies, no?
Exactly, bro. But they definitely got that dropping next month. And other than that, we have a lot of music, unreleased music I'm just sitting on right now. But I'm definitely gonna, since I have all this music, I'm definitely gonna be trying to drop monthly, for sure. So like I said, I'll be dropping the Wake and Bake, and hopefully after Wake and Bake, I'll be dropping Deep Blue Water, which is like another chill. I guess like a chill like love song. It's like essentially like if you're on a beach. It's like a chill beach like vibe.
Deep Blue Water.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we got some 2 chill songs coming on the way. But we definitely got some hard shit. We got this song called Dirt with the homie Isaiah and Schizo from Arizona, and then also Jaden's on that as well. And then we have Smoking Up with me and just Jaden. And those are like, those are gonna be for like, you like the more bass in the beats and shit like that. You like that hard shit. Those are gonna be the songs.
Okay.
That we'll be dropping soon. And those will go fuck with those will go hard. I love those songs.
Shit. Tell them where they can find all your music at.
You guys can find me on essentially all platforms: YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. You can find me at Beans Valentino. That's BeansValentino. You can also find me on Instagram at Beans_Valentino. Again, it's BeanZ. Valentino, VALENTINO.
Y'all excuse us, we know how you already know.
Yeah, little tongue twister.
You already know how the show goes. We smoked one up before the show, but we still got him.
One of the downsides having a long name.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I have to break it down with some of the artist names too, so they be putting numbers in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on.
Like, got me all feeling all dyslexic and shit over here. Yeah, my mind be spinning sometimes with some of these names. I'm like, whoa. But then it makes sense after I break it down. I'm like, it's like kind of like code, you know?
It's like code, exactly.
Yeah, it's a whole different language now. You know, it's definitely changing up. But I want to show them a little clip of some of your music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, check that out, man.
I guess I'll show a little preview to the Deep Blue Water.
Oh, shit. Any artists out there, tap in. Southern Royalty Studios. Y'all need any recordings? Tap in.
Yeah, and like I said, if you DM me directly on my Instagram for session, anything, like I said, we'll get you in. Southern Royalty Studios. Yeah, for a session.
Y'all heard it. Got a little exclusive snippet here. Would you say this one's called Deep Blue Water?
Yes, Deep Blue Water.
Deep Blue Water.
Oh baby, I'm loving the deep blue in your eyes. It's keeping me hypnotized while I'm feeling your vibe. The feeling was right, so lay at the beach. We play in the waves, we stare at the sea. We feel the sun ray, the best it could be. We could swim in the ocean the way you follow my notion. Like I got struck by the potion. The little things that I notice on you and make me know the love I'm feeling here is true. So me and you, let's go ahead and stay till ending. It's the deep blue water that I see up in your eyes. It's the crystal clearness of the waves when they arrive. It's the radiating sun, so baby feel the shine. It's the sandy beach and the blueness up in the sky.
Yeah, Deep Blue Water.
Like I said, that will be me, my homie Compasito, and Jaden. So that's it. That one should be coming not next month, but the month after that.
You said compasito?
Compasito.
Compasito? That has to be a Mexican. Shout out to my Mexicans out there.
Yeah.
Compasito, I already know.
Fuck yeah.
What was the other homie's name?
Jaden.
Jaden, shout out to Jaden. That's some good vibes right there, man. Y'all keep hustling out there. Y'all keep pushing.
Oh yeah. Stay safe.
Any last words you want to tell them before we out of this?
Fucking thanks for spending your time to watch this fucking video and, you know, fucking learn a little bit about me. I appreciate it. Fucking like I said, make sure you follow me on all my platforms. Check out my music for sure. And just thank you for coming out, man.
I appreciate you, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. We're definitely gonna tap in when he comes out with that. We out of this. Back gang.
Yeah.